Hello guys, this is a really important video that I feel very passionate about, so I'm very excited to be speaking about this. We're going to be talking about consciousness. So when I do these kind of talking videos, whether it's about like intuition, consciousness, positivity, blah 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 blah, whatever the kind of topic is about, the crux of it always has to do with allowing you to live a more positive, happy life, doing something you love, just attracting the things you want to attract. Like, it's all about just living your best life. So no matter what type of topic it is, they all come together and help you get that. I hope that made sense. I'm not really sure, because I wish I could just make one whole entire video saying this is how to better your life. I could do like a literal like 2-hour long video for you guys about that, but there's so many different sections to it. There's so many different tools that I use personally to do that, and they all kind of build on top of each other and they all equally matter. So I think I'll split them up into like smaller videos, but I just thought that starting with explaining to you guys how to become more conscious or how to tap back into your consciousness would be a really great start. It just seems to be really relevant right now. So many people are messaging me about it. I've had to help a lot of friends through this right now. I'll explain first why being conscious and why tapping into your consciousness is a good thing. When you are conscious and you are aware of your surroundings, aware of how you feel, aware of the people around you, it enables you to help yourself more, whether that's with positivity, whether that's with doing projects, whether that's with just attracting the things you want. Like, your consciousness is like the ruler of that. It allows you to tap further into your intuition and blah blah blah. Like, this is what I mean, like the list goes on. It all connects to each other, but tapping into your consciousness will help with everything in life, and it just helps you become closer to yourself. And that is so important, because as I always say in my videos, I think self-love and self-worth and being able to be by yourself is just the greatest thing. So yeah, let's just, I babble, oh my god. Also, how cute is my notebook? It's my notebook from Hawaii. Like, I hate when I go on airplanes, if I have a flight and there's like lots of businessmen and they all like whip out their laptops or their like really smick looking diaries, and I whip out this. Like, not a child at all. The other night, I just sat down and got really passionate about this. I'd just been speaking to a friend about how to tap into her consciousness more and how to really start changing her life, because she'd fallen into a bit of a hole, a bit of a rut, where she was like, I just don't know how to move. I can't see anything clearly. I'm so fogged. And I was like, okay, baby girl, chill, take a breath. There is things we can do here. It's just step by step by step. So this is my step by step by step on what I do and the advice that I give my friends. First step, listen. Really listen. As simple as that. When someone sits in front of you and they're speaking to you, whether it's absolute bullshit, whether it's a really beautiful story about their boyfriend, whether it's a story about how bad their day was, like, sit and look at them in the eye and listen. Take inspiration from that. Learn something from that. Analyze them through that. Get to know humans more. Get to know the people in your life more. You don't have to put all your energy into it and suck up any negative stuff, but just listen and be there and be supportive, but listen to feel, you know? I feel like I learn best when I talk to people. I'm not a very like textbook type of girl. Like, I can't really follow words well, but when people talk to me and they teach me something through their words, that's how I learn best, is through listening and letting it affect me. Whether that makes me angry, sad, happy, like it's all something. It's all something to take note of. The second thing you should listen for is listen to yourself, listen to your heart. Like, really, when you go into a situation somewhere and you're kind of conflicted or you're torn between something, or you want to do a new pursuit or a new job, and your mind's telling you, like, your mind's literally just trying to stop you every way, going blah 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 blah, like it's just yapping away, and you're like, oh my god, I can't hear anything, I can't figure out what I want to do. Listen to your heart. What does it tell you? Sit with yourself and just be like, what is it? And this comes into intuition, but I'm just talking about, like, generally, like, listening to what your body tells you, if it reacts in a certain way. Like, take into consideration everything in your body, not just not just what your mind tells you, it's everything. And the more you can really listen to where your heart sends you or what it tells you it wants. Some people say like they go with their gut, you know, their gut instinct, their stomach and heart, whatever. Like you feel something in here when you're really affected, and when the right message comes, I don't know how to even explain that. It's just trust in this. Like really, it takes practice, it takes focus sometimes to just sit and be like, what is it? What is it telling me? And even just ask, be like, give me like a symbol, give me a sign, like what is it? And you'll be able to slowly really feel when it sends you in a certain way. Number 2, meditate and breathe. I feel like we all sometimes just forget to breathe. Even though we subconsciously breathe, obviously every day, to stay alive, we're breathing. But do we ever just sit and allow our breath to just like calm us, let it center you? You really, and this has to do with meditation too. Meditation is a lot about the breath and just focusing on your breath and being still. Doing 10 minutes of meditation a day, or just doing at least 5 minutes, or taking just a minute in the shower at least to just put your head up and just do a big breath. Let it go in through your whole entire body. Your body just freezes and it just has this moment of like time almost stops and you're relaxed and you're calm. And in that moment, you're so centered in the present. And that's why you can kind of calm yourself more, and more information kind of comes to you, I feel like, when you're in that state of being. I'm obviously not going to baffle on about meditation. That's another sidetrack. If you know about meditation, I really highly recommend do it every day. Just write it down, set an alarm on your phone, and just 10 to 15 minutes. Like, you just don't even know how much it really helps. Like, the more you keep doing it, you're like, whoa, I'm becoming like a Jedi. Like, I feel like I'm transcending. Overall, you're going to feel very calm, not as reactive. You won't get as stressed. And then it's the nicest thing to know that if you do start feeling reactive or stressed or angry or anxious, you can just take yourself aside for like 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just sit and meditate, and I promise you'll feel better after that. I also just wrote under this about breath, allow the stillness of your breath to cleanse negative thoughts and fear. Nothing can hurt you or stop you on this path besides yourself. So I always remind myself that when I'm stressed or if I start feeling anxious, when I sit and meditate, I just remind myself that there is nothing hurting me, and that the only person that is allowing myself to feel this way is me, and the only person that could stop me from achieving something that I really want is myself too. So yeah, that's a very centering thought, because it comes back to you. Third point is health. Guys, look after yourself, eat good food, and please move your body. You don't even know how helpful moving your body is. Like, I know that exercise can be daunting and annoying and just like, ugh. Like, there's some days that I wake up and I'm like, no, I don't want to go sweat today. I'm gonna put it in this way. Think about it. So every day we eat food, we're constantly putting stuff into our body. Some of the stuff, we don't know what the freaking ingredients are. We don't know what preservatives are sprayed on it. We don't even know what we're really putting in our body half the time. Let's be real. Like, there's so much fake kind of food, you know? But your body is doing so much for you all the time. It's constantly on. And even when you sleep, it's doing shit, you know? Like, it's just ticking away. So give your body a bit of a rejuvenation and a little present back to say thank you by moving it. It needs a way to clear out all the excess crap that it doesn't need in there anymore, otherwise it's gonna get stuck in there. And just like stale energy that you might hold in your energy field or in your mind, it's just like if you've got it stuck in your stomach somewhere, in your arms or your legs somewhere, like it needs a release. Through exercising, whether that's yoga, sometimes I just walk. Like, I love just walking like 30 minutes and I'm like, I'm cleansed, I'm pure. Exercise gives you like a natural high, and over time it just keeps building and building the serotonin levels in your body. I feel like when you exercise, sometimes your body also goes onto auto flight mode, so you're kind of meditating at the same time as you exercise. It cleanses your mind while it cleanses your body, and it's just, moving is just so good. I just recently started doing yoga, and for about like 5 months now, I would wake up and be like, Cardia, you should really sign up for yoga. You should look up where a yoga studio in Sydney is. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it later. But I had this recurring message in my mind, like, do yoga. And as much as it literally frightened the shit out of me, because I'd been to yoga studios before and everyone's very like, I'm a yogi, like it's all very, and I hate that. I'm like I get so shy and I'm like, and I don't know how to do yoga. Like I only just started, but my friend Lola was like, here, let's go do yoga. Like, let's go do a hot yoga session. I have a great studio. I think you'll love it. So I fearlessly was like, yes, you're gonna do this? So I went with her one night and we did an hour of hot yoga. It was like a tricky kind of class. Like it was like, you know, not for beginners. It was fast paced. There was moves in there that I had no idea, but I just threw myself into it and found this new love. I'm literally addicted. I can't even tell you guys. I signed up for like the unlimited 1 month pass before I go back to LA. And like, I've been every single day since. And when I leave class, I know that my mind and my body says like, thank you for that cardio, like good. And I feel good from it. And I just feel lighter and I feel more efficient with my time. Next point, number 1, 2, 3, 4, very important point, reflection. This may differ per person, you know, everyone reflects in a different way, whether that's verbally reflecting, speaking to someone, telling someone how you feel, or just having a conversation about something, journaling. That's my preferred way of reflection. I love journaling. I swear by journaling. I feel like when you put a pen to paper, you let your mind drift and your hand just goes, something else speaks. I don't know, like sounds like voodoo shit, like, oh, who's talking, Cardia? Like it's the random person just entered my body, but like I'm not even freaking kidding you. Like when you just let it go and you just bleh onto a piece of paper, I feel like I solve every issue that I have going on in my mind in that one sitting of like journaling. And it's also just such a nice way to document things. When you look back at it, it's just something so beautiful. And when it's written in words, it's just so powerful. There's no right way to do it. Everyone always says to me like, how do I journal? What should I say? What's an example? I'm like, hey, let me just release my journals online. You guys go see all what's going on here. You can draw, like you could do anything. Like art is a way of reflection. Creating films is a way. Poetry, I love writing poetry when I'm feeling really dramatic. Like get a like dramatic sad girl and I just write out all my feelings. And for some weird reason, when you express through words a feeling that someone else can relate to, it just makes you feel comforted and like, it's just the best. I don't even know how to explain it. And I wrote below that, write, journal, create art as an outlet for your emotions and feelings. Honor your feelings and then let them move on. So it's so important. I think journaling helps, or art, or just reflection in general, helps you go, okay, bleh, this happened. And this is how it made me feel. This is how I want to progress from this moment. And now I'm gonna let it go. And then you get to progress in your life. And this is where people get stuck, is because they're holding on to old feelings, old emotions, old memories of just stuff that you just don't need to. It's crowding the space in here. So instead, remove it, put it into your journal, and then you've still got it. You're not removing it forever. It's like saving it on a hard drive, you know? Point 5. Alone time. I'm looking at you. Alone time. Spend time alone. Actually, I don't know why, but a lot of people I speak to actually really love alone time. I feel like for me, it was just a really hard thing to try and be good at. But I'll read out what I wrote first, and then so I don't babble, so I get my main point across. So, find comfort in your presence. After all, this is your vessel for life. Find joy within self and within solitude. It helps you to tap into your higher self that hovers above you, and it really helps to open your consciousness. My biggest struggle I always feel is after I go traveling, or after I've been with a big group of people or with someone for like a week or 2 weeks straight, or I've been partying a lot, and then I come home and I'm literally just working and I'm alone. I will get home and I'll suddenly just be like, oh, I'm so lonely. I'm so upset. Like my life is just a mess. I need to move. I need someone around me. Like, oh my God, like I have no friends. Like I have nothing in my life. Like, oh my fucking God. And I literally start going into turmoil in my mind because I start to go on like the auto panic button instead of just sitting with myself and saying like, wait a minute, tap back in, tap back in. So my best tip is if you're like me and you feel like that, the more time you practice being alone, the easier it gets. And the benefits of spending time alone is just that you can really hear yourself speak. You can hear I always refer to my consciousness not being anywhere in my body. I refer to my consciousness being right above me, like this. My consciousness is all around my body. It's in this space. I don't know what level of spirituality you are on. It's still, you don't have to believe in what I'm saying. This is my own made up thing. It's what I personally feel in my body, but you can link this with whatever you feel like your consciousness is. Maybe your consciousness is in your chest. Maybe it's in your legs or your arms, your eyes. It can be anywhere for you. I don't know, but when you're alone, you can hear what your consciousness is telling you better, and you can also just, I don't know, have more fun like with yourself. You realize that like this body I'm in, this person that is sitting in this room, this is me. There's another thing I always say, like, we're born alone, we die alone, so you may as well get to know yourself. For years I didn't get to know myself. I had no idea who I was. I never spoke to myself. I never listened to myself. All I did was interact with other people and was kind of cardio was just there. I had fun and whatever. I was so happy, but I didn't really ever tap in. Isn't that just crazy? Like, being alone helps you just tap in, check up, be like, what do I need? Do I need to eat some broccoli? Like, do I need a banana? Do I need some water? Do I need to go to the beach? What do I need right now? Do I need to go read a book? Do I need to have a bath? Should I call my mom? I'm trying to think of examples, but it just helps, I don't know. And it just makes you more independent and it helps you grow and you just learn. Point 6. This one might not be for everyone. It depends on what level of spirituality or what level your consciousness is currently on and how much sense this might make to you. This might make no sense to some people. I might sound really crazy after this video. But I'm just going to say this anyways, because if you're on this level, you might get it. And it's not about, you're not on this level, you don't understand. It's not that at all. People will be affected by everything I say differently, but this is just something I think is helpful to becoming more conscious. And that is, believe in magic. It's probably the hardest thing on this list. It is a really hard thing to do because we've been born into a world where society tells us that everything is mathematical and calculated and planned and blah, 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 blah. But the more you actually open your consciousness and you start to see signs and things and synchronicities, you'll actually see that magic is real and manifestation creates magic. Law of attraction, you can make magic happen in your life. Like, everything is so magical. When I write manifestations, when I just put something out there that I want, like, oh my God, I wish I could make a video about all the stuff that's happened to me that I've said. A lot of it's like really personal stuff that I'm just like, you guys don't, like, I'm not going to babble on about like, wow, this magical stuff that's happened to me, but I put my life down to literally magic and just having faith in it and having belief that there is something bigger than me that is helping me out, and that if I put the right energy out there, it's gonna foster it. Someone, whoever, I don't know if it's a god or it's a higher presence or just it's energy fields, they hear you, they see you, and if you have faith in them, and when I say them, personally for me, I say them referring to the universe, I say them referring to energy, but I also really do believe in angels. I really believe that there's spirits around us. I've had so many experiences with signs from angels. I feel so many signs and signals around me when I just have faith that there is more to life than just humans, and that there's more to life than just what, black and white and what we see in front of us. There's a really mystical realm, and it's not something you have to believe in. I just feel like this is normally really hard for me to talk about, but me being open and honest with you guys and telling you like what I believe in, I think it can help a lot of people, and it also just is really cool stuff. I've honestly experienced some crazy shit to do with all of this, and it's still shocking to me, and I still am like, what? How is this stuff real? But personally, I've experienced it. Like, I've had my own proof. And also, whether you're religious, whether you believe in God, and you're Catholic or you're whatever, you're Buddhist or any religion as well, like all of this stuff applies. Like, religion and spirituality is not that far from each other. It's just we all believe in like a higher power and a presence. And so there's no exclusion here, everyone's own personal beliefs is so fine and so welcomed, and that's so cool to have your own belief. Or maybe you don't believe in anything at all and you're just like, nah, we're just here. Like, that's fine too. Take what you can take from any of this advice, and just be like, I'll take that. And like, because this is the thing that, like, people have wars over, that they just can't accept that some people are different to each other. We're not all supposed to be the same. Like, fuck, that would be so boring if we were all the same. It'd be stupid. There'd be no point to life. We're all so unique. Embrace individual things you have, which you'll find when you open your consciousness more. Number 7, this is the one that I personally struggle with the most, and that is patience. Patience for me is my biggest challenge, and I'm always constantly thrown tests from the universe to really test my patience. How much does Cardia want this? Is she gonna wait it out, or is she gonna try and cheat the system? I also, under patience, I wrote plus practice. Doing all these things revolves practice. Like, have patience in this, that your consciousness will slowly open, and through this your happiness will slowly come, and then through your happiness slowly coming, the desires that you really hope for and the life you really want to live will come, but it requires patience. And then I just wrote, these skills form over time. There is no rush. Everything happens exactly when it should. And you just have to believe in that. Anytime I start freaking out, or I call my friends, I'm like, I just want this so bad. It's just, I don't know what to do. And I start flustering like this. They're always just like, Cardia, patience. It's gonna happen. You have to believe in there that it's gonna happen. I'm gonna wrap this up with my last point. And I'm not gonna expand on the last point. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because it's something I'll speak about in another video sometime. But the last thing I just wrote before I ended it was, be fueled by passion and love, because they are some of the most powerful things, I believe, that we have within us, and you can never go wrong when you're fueled by those two things. So I have no idea what I've just said. I just had a feeling that I needed to speak about this. I'm super passionate about all this stuff. This is what I do in my life. You don't have to do it in yours. This is just my tips, tools, and wacky tricks. I hope it might have helped some of you a little bit though, or given you some insight just into a little bit more about me. And yeah, also my happiness comes from a lot of that. That's helped me really get to such a point where I can lift my mood really easily. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me if you've watched it all the way to the end. Leave any comments below of what you thought, or your tips to becoming more conscious. There's so many more. These are just the first few I thought of. There'll be more videos like this soon. So yeah, I love you all so much. Have the most beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Mwah.
Consider me, consider yourself.